Hi, and welcome to an expert website review for Crystal Display Systems, right here at crystal-display.com. This is an expert website review ordered from expertwebsitereviews.com. I'm Scott Fox, the host of ClickMillionaires.com, the friendliest lifestyle entrepreneur coaching forum on the internet, and I do these expert website reviews at expertwebsitereviews.com. Today we're going to be talking about this website up here, Crystal Display Systems, from my friend Chris. Chris wrote in from the UK and said that his company is about to redesign their website, so they were looking for some help and some guidance on how to improve it. In particular, he's looking for advice on navigation, look and impact and design, usability, ease of use, and search engine optimization. That's a pretty tall order there, Chris, but I'll try to squeeze as many of those topics in as I can in the next few minutes. The number one goal, he stated, was to have their site visitors inquire about the products so we can understand their requirements and help them clarify that to place good orders. They don't, and this is an important point, they don't accept online orders, so this is more of a lead generation site. So let's figure out how we can help Chris and his team improve their website, modernize it a little bit, and get more leads so they can sell more Crystal displays. Now the site is got a nice look to it. The colors are consistent, which is a good step. Got plenty of photos of the products, a couple of slideshows going on here. Obviously your designer likes slideshows. And I went and looked around at it a bit, and I've got 3 or 4 categories of stuff, and I'll end with search engine optimization, Chris. But let's talk about the general display approach first and how we can help improve your look and feel so that your target customers are more enticed into a relationship with your company, even if they don't make a purchase right away, because frankly they can't make a purchase right away. Really? So this is really about establishing a brand and a mood and getting them to want to communicate with you. And that's a slightly different perspective than most of the e-commerce websites that I review here at expertwebsitereviews.com. So let's talk about it. Now, starting at the top here, first of all, I don't think it could hurt you to make your fonts bigger. These are all reasonable size, maybe 12 point, I guess, but they could be larger. Also, dark on, you've got sort of a charcoal on gray. That's hard to see, especially if people are browsing in low light situations or if they're older. That low contrast is not recommended for usability. That's a fairly techie point, but since we're starting at the top, that's where I started. Your search box here. I don't know if you need a search box. That's always a question for me. People like to put those on there. It's up to you. It seems like it's a pretty big site, so maybe that's okay. Maybe it's a good use of real estate. I have something that I think would be better that we'll get to in a minute. My first real complaint is this banner. This is eating up a lot of important space. I think you could get the same message across if you cut this banner height in about half. You don't need to use all this space. The action on your page, as in all websites, is down here, right? You want people to engage with the products. So if you could cut this header down, say maybe like to that high, then you'd have a lot more space to attract visitors into engagement with your products and hopefully your company for sales too. Now this is a big banner for this show you're going to be at. I can't judge the value of that, but I'll tell you it's awfully large. I'm not sure it needs to be that big to get your message across. Sort of the same message as with this banner. I think you could get the same punch for about half the space, and if you cut those 2 in half, suddenly you'd find that your site started about here, and you'd have a lot more room to show off your products. I think that's a good idea. Big gap here, white space, for no particular reason that I can see. And then you get into the products here. Now, these are cool. I like your little slideshow thingy. The major problem I had here, and again, I'm not picking on you, I'm just trying to give you a third-party objective advice. That's what we do here at expertwebsitereviews.com. When I click on them, they actually take quite a while to load. You see there, I clicked, it's still running around. I thought it didn't work. And then maybe that's because I'm all the way in California and your servers are probably in the United Kingdom, but I would look at that because that kind of lag makes people think things aren't working. The first time I came through here, I clicked on it 3 times. I went to 3 different places, and I didn't realize that the first one was still loading. So I would check your server speed. Okay, and your load times. Then you've got some happy talk here. That's what designers call this. It's basically introducing yourself and the products. That seems fine to me. For search engine optimization, we'll get back to this later, I would move at least 1 sentence or 2 up higher, up above the fold, so that it's easier for the Google crawlers to find it. Because right now, they read a site just as a human does. They start at the top and kind of run down, left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, and they have to go through all this code before they hit the first bit of text. And we'll talk more about this in a second, how to optimize that text. But if it's up closer to the top, that can't hurt you. Let's put it that way. Okay, and then latest news. Again, another slideshow. I don't know if you need 2 slideshows. It's a little dizzying for me. That's up to you, I guess. But there, in this slide in particular, there's a lot of wasted space. I think you might be better off with sort of static blocks of 2 or 3 of your most important items, because each of them is going to read more anyway. That would give you less space for this sort of stock photo approach and more space for actual information. I don't think that could hurt you. Oh, there, I clicked on that one. Let's see where that one goes. I didn't click on that one before. Okay, so this is your blog, I guess, basically. You're open longer for your customers. Okay, I'm not sure that's worth all that space on the homepage, frankly, my friend, because it sounds like most of your work is sort of a consultative approach, and you're going to talk to them whenever they call you and ask you for a meeting, right? Okay, and now here's my first big change. Down here at the bottom, you've got your monthly email newsletter. I absolutely agree that you should have one, but I think this should be way up near the top. In fact, this is what I was referring to when I said that maybe there's something better to put up here than your search box. The email newsletter is the #1 thing you want. When you're especially in a B2B selling context where you're going back and forth and giving quotes to people and so forth, you want to stay in their inbox as much as possible. And building an email list is the best way to do that. Even if all you're doing is sending out your occasional blog posts as emails, even like quarterly or even semi-annually, you want to keep the customers reminded of you and your business. So building an email list, top priority for you. I would move this way up, not have it down here on the bottom, sort of as an afterthought. The other change I'd like to suggest is that you're spending a lot of time and space throughout the site on social media. Like here, you've got to follow us, and then when you go into these product pages, let's see how long this one takes to load. Tick, 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 tick. Wow, that's way too long. Way too long. Look how long we're waiting here. Finally, okay, there it is. So just as a point of reference, maybe you don't have any customers in California, but I would at least check with people who are in your local target geographical customer target area and see how long it takes them to load. Okay, but I was talking about social media. So this thing, I don't know, perhaps you're distracting people. Then you're using a lot of space inside the pages. You've got these, LinkedIn and Twitter and Facebook, and then over here, more Facebook, and more here, more Facebook. I'm a big fan of Facebook. As you may know, my second book, eRiches 2.0, was all about social media marketing. I have this kind of stuff splashed all over my sites too. But you're in a business-to-business business, and your social activity, frankly, it doesn't seem to be working. I don't know how long this has been up here, but you've got 16 likes, and you've got this whole column space chewed up by this little Facebook thing. And you're distracting people with the RSS over here and this Facebook here and Facebook here. It's just distracting. I think this page would be much more effective, frankly, if you got rid of all that stuff. Speaking of being stretched, you've got stretch displays. Well, why not stretch your display and use this column as well? Again, you want to get stuff up above the fold. So I'm thinking you cut this banner, the height in half, and stretch this stuff out so that you can get into the nuts and bolts. I don't know what is the most appealing piece of information on this page. Obviously, the photo is attractive, but what helps you sell to your customer? That's what you need to figure out, and use the space above the fold better, because this right now you're seeing a basic 1024, or no, we're doing 10, it's a 1024 resolution that I'm filming this in. So this is what your typical laptop is going to see. You've got half the page chewed up by this banner and this empty column with a rather uninspiring Facebook likes. So unless you're really going to put some muscle into the social media and make that count, I'm not sure it's the best use of space. I'd rather see this picture bigger, and whatever's the most important part of this material here for sales, to move that up above the fold. And then you've got it down here. Well, it's not actually going to show on the screen here, but below the fold here, you've got Dig and Facebook and LinkedIn and Reddit and StumbleUpon and Twitter and RSS. Again, I mean, that's enough down there, I'd say, but you certainly don't need it down there, up here, over here, and up here, when I have to point out you don't have your email sign up on the page at all. And the email sign up is really what's going to benefit you. You can have 10,000 Facebook friends, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily going to buy anything. But if you have email addresses, you're going right into the inbox of people who have gone to the trouble of finding your specific site and signing up for an email to hear from you about your products. That's real value. 16 Facebook likes, not so much. Okay, so I'm sure you got my point there. I'll move on. Okay, what next? Let's see. So I think I've looked around this bit, and you've got lots of stuff here. And as you said in your email to me when you filled out the form for this, that you, where did you say? You have a vast We have a wide range of different types of customers and a wide range of products. And that makes sense because I can see that you do have a wide range of products, and it seems to me like you're doing a good job of displaying them all, but it is a little overwhelming. So what I'd like to see you do is something like this. Let's go back to the home page for a minute. And I apologize, it sounds like somebody outside is doing some tree work. I would like to see this page reorganized in a hierarchical way. Make these banners about half the size. Put your email collector up here. And by the way, you probably want to offer some sort of incentive to get people to sign up and give you their email. So, 10% off your first order, or a free ebook of tips, or something like that. We can talk more about that if you'd like. By the way, if you haven't already, come on over to the clickmillionaires.com Entrepreneur Coaching Forum. And if you've read any of my books or you're a customer here, fill out your profile, come on in and talk in the forum, and me and my team will help you with follow-up on all of this. No problem. We'll get into more specifics as much as you'd like at clickmillionaires.com in our forum there. Okay, but what I'd like to do for the moment is talk about, you're cutting this down, move the email collector up, and then pick the 3 or 4 or maybe even 5 things that have the highest priority to you. What are your highest priorities in terms of products and sales and things that you want customers to know? And organize the page a little more like that. So maybe this conference is your number one thing, so you leave a space for some floating, regularly updated thing, like this conference this month, next month it's a sale, the month after that it's a new product announcement, something like that, a little more, current events sort of driven. But featured products here is the right idea, and I would pick them. This is cool, but I would make these pictures bigger with a little bit of copy under each one, so it looks more like a store, so people can be sure what they're getting really quickly without having to click on these and wait for the page to load. And again, and this stuff at the bottom, I'm not sure you need all this. Again, I would pick 3 or 4 big boxes. This doesn't need to be so sexy with all the flash and animation stuff. Get the information up there. Surface the information. You've got all these pull downs, and it is really quite a lot of work for folks. So I guess maybe that suggests that the search box is important. But if that's the case, then put the search, make it a thing. Don't just make it gray. It's kind of subtle here. It doesn't even say search on it. Put it in as one of these boxes and say something, like give it some copy that says like, looking for more details, use the search box to find exactly what you want. Now it's a little wordy, I just made it up. You get the idea, a call to action. Because that's the thing that's missing here. What isn't here in general, and this is one of my big points, so I hope you're still with me, calls to action. If you want people to make an inquiry and ask you for a quote or engage in a dialogue, I would ask. This is like a brochure. It shows all this stuff, but you don't ask for the sale. You don't even ask for the phone call or the email. You need to ask. So I would put up here, like if you have a thing here about transparent TFTs, put a link under it that says, more information, contact us. Every time. You're not going to have buy buttons, I get that, but the equivalent of the buy button for you is contact us for a quote. Contact us for more details. Contact us so we can customize a product for you, something like that. You got to make it a lot more obvious that you are in business to be contacted. That's what's missing, as far as I can tell, kind of from the whole site. There are not any calls to action that I could find that were up and obvious. So here, just to drive the point home, Sunlight Readable Displays, great. Okay, lots of good information. Where does it say, call me, contact me, email me here, get a quote, I can help you, This is what you're missing, and I think that would be much more value. If you don't want to mess the structure of the site too much, this right-hand column, replace all this Facebook stuff with a link that simply says, contact us for more information. And I noticed you have a nice little company page here. You've got a team that's a nice small team. Why not put these people's faces on the pages, right? Here's Chris, and here's your other guys here, Ash and Tony. Why don't you have these pictures on the page? So if somebody wants information about Sunlight Readable Displays, well, how about a picture of Chris and Ash and Tony just sitting there, and it says, hey, contact us, we'll be happy to help you. Click here. I think that would help you a lot. Okay, now let's talk about search engine optimization before we run out of time. I hope all of that's been helpful. And again, if you've got follow-up questions, come on over to clickmillionaires.com, enter in the profile question. You can only get into the forum if you've bought one of my books. And I think you have, Chris, because your name is familiar. But if you haven't, or you don't have it handy, write in that you're a recent customer here at expertwebsitereviews.com, and we'll approve the profile so you can come in. And then we'll talk about this as much as you'd like. But let's go back to search engine optimization, which was your question, how to rank better in organic search. Well, the organic search question starts with, as you implied in your email, keywords. What keywords are important to you? Now, you got a bit confused about this as you said, let's see, what keywords are you targeting? Our keywords are vast as our product range is wide and target customers are in many markets. So what you need to do is figure out some keywords anyway. You're kind of blinded by all the trees of your own product line. And the concept is this: search engine optimization works on a website in a hierarchical way. So if you need to figure out sort of your primary, secondary, and tertiary sets of keywords that apply to your business and the things that customers are looking for. Don't drive yourself crazy, but your top level should be things that, well, basically bring people to the home page. So display systems, displays, LED displays, crystal displays. Pick 4 or 5 of those, and those need to be sprinkled throughout this page as much as possible. They also especially need to be in this text here. And that's why I was saying earlier that you want to at least take this first paragraph or 2 and put it up higher on the page. And you don't want to lead with your own name as much as you want to lead with whatever the #1 thing people search on for to find you is. So if crystal displays is it, then you're fine. But if it's digital signage or media players or transparent TFT or something like that, those should be the first couple of words. And that's how I would start off. I would say stretched monitors, sunlight readable TFTs, and shelf edge signage are the our mission here at Crystal Displays. And that's like the first sentence because you've got it front loaded with those search engine optimized keywords. And then I would go through each of the sub pages, each of these guys here, and also the ones that you have all buried under all here, and figure out how to incorporate first those primary keywords, but also the secondary keywords that apply to that category. So these components, well, each of these pages would then include the keywords components, and then this page would go down to a tertiary, a third level keyword that would say USB DVI adapter. And you would have all of those keywords in here. So you've done a decent job here. New USB DVI graphics adapter, right? That's the right step. I would get the new and move that later so that USB DVI graphics adapter is the first thing. Get the Facebook out of there too because you want Google to hit that right away. And again, I would say it here. USB DVI graphics adapter. Repeat it. Don't drive yourself crazy. You don't want to do what they call keyword stuffing. But putting those primary, secondary, and third level keywords on their pages as appropriate will help you increase your search engine ranking because honestly that's what Google looks at. They look at what are the words on the page. What does the site tell them that it's about? And the more you use these same keywords again, the more when somebody comes to Google to search on those keywords, Google will say, okay, do we have a site about USB DVI graphics? Let's see. Oh, here's one. It's got it on the home page. It's got it on a category page. And this page here actually looks like it's really about it because it's repeated multiple times. Those are the cues that you need to give Google to tell it what your site is about. Okay, now that's a really crash course. And that's really only the part about on-site SEO. The other part is off-site SEO, which is about backlinks. And you mentioned that in your email briefly. To get backlinks and increase your search engine ranking even more, you need to have other sites link to your site using those keywords. That's what it boils down to. And we can talk a lot more about this in the forum if you'd like, or read any of my books. Or actually, there's a report, Search Engine Optimization in Plain English, that's for sale on the Scott Fox Shop at scottfoxshop.com, if that would be helpful to you. But that's the basic concepts, okay? And hopefully, in plain English, that gets you where you're going. But if you want to talk about more on the forum, fine, or go by the report and then talk about it in the forum, that's great. We'll help you as much as we can. But that's the concept, and you need to think about that through all these pages. And what's useful about that is it can also help you think about your site as a whole. Because what you need a little bit here is a hierarchical reorganization. You've got everything a little bit, well, kind of all on the same level. You've got a home page, and then you've got a bunch of things that spin off of it. And I'm guessing that, let's pick one of these. Embedded solutions may or may not be as important as chassis LCD monitors. You need to pick the things that are most important and put the weight behind those in terms of the way the site is organized. Google will pick up on that, and so will the humans. Another quick SEO thought that just occurred to me as we're looking at these, if there's anything more specific that you could add to these category pages, links, that would help, like rack mount. That's a very generic term online. If this is simply a rack mount, that's, I guess, all you can say. But if there's something about this rack mount that you could add additional, more descriptive keywords, again, that match what people are searching, I would add that because then it will show up in the URL, it will show up in the Google and analysis of your page and will help increase the search engine rankings. So in this case, we've got rack mount monitors from Crystal Displays, easy rack installation, more details. Well, here you actually do have a call to action. For more details on our rack mount monitors, please contact us. Okay, well that's good. This doesn't seem to do anything though. I would make that a link. At least it's not linking for me. Every page you need that contact us like this, or I would make a nice graphic out of it, frankly, or both. This is your business, this line right here, right? And it doesn't seem like it's working, at least not right now. So, all right, well, I hope that's helpful to you, Chris. That's kind of a quick overview of usability, redesign suggestions. I trim down the social media, pump up the keywords, and increase the attractiveness of your Crystal Display Systems website to attract more orders and mostly, especially to get more of those inquiries for the quotes and data sheets that drive your business towards success. I'm Scott Fox from ExpertWebsiteReviews.com, and come on over to ClickMillionaires.com if you'd like free coaching on any of the topics covered today. Hey, and by the way, if you're watching this video later on YouTube or somewhere else, please go visit Crystal-Display.com and share this video with your friends online. We'd really appreciate it. Thanks for watching.